This is the GWM Catch Up from a historical event, the Bonsai Gold Coast Pro presented by GWM. It went off, and we're having a look at the finals bracket here, and Stephanie Gilmore's magic run to a title, her 34th championship tour win.
And her 7th win here at the Gold Coast alone. The GOAT is well and truly back. To watch her just come out of retirement in this event, essentially after a really rocky start to the start of the year, was such a privilege. Stephanie Gilmore, arguably the best surfer to ever surf Snapper Rocks.
She tripped her way through the first couple of rounds, but once she found herself into those quarterfinals, she went, hey, this is where I'm meant to be, and she really started to drop some big scores.
She sure did. She defeated Katie Simmers, one of the young upstarts, but she was having none of it, and Steph just surfed her way into vintage form. And this marriage of Stephanie Gilmore and Snapper Rocks, it flourished over finals day, and she laid down some of the most beautiful tracks to get the victory.
She took on all the big names coming through the championship tour ranks in her absence and got herself that incredible win in front of a huge hometown crowd on a public holiday. Luana Silva, also super impressive.
Yeah, notable mention to Luana Silva as well. She's leaving the GWM Aussie Treble as well, #1. But Steph, you can see how much it means to her. She couldn't believe that this even happened at this point in her career. To be cheered up by her best mates and celebrated by Luana is so cool.
It was awesome. She spoke beautifully on stage too. Such a celebrated win here on the Gold Coast, and it's going to be a celebrated night. Don't worry about that. The scores super impressive. She saved her best for the final heat, Rich, and that's what Stephanie Gilmore has always been able to do, shut down events when we get to finals day.
Yeah, she's got so much experience. The 8-time world champion finishes the day off with a 9.5 and a 7.83 to take the victory over Luana Silva. In her 4th final appearance. She didn't get the win, but it's just around the corner.
She did get the #1 spot on the rankings, though. As we have a look at the finals bracket for the men at the Bonsai Gold Coast Pro, presented by GWM, and Ethan Ewing had work to do. Much like Steph Gilmore, took a while to get going in this event, particularly in his first heat. Basically surfed the last 5 minutes of the heat to get the victory in his first clash, but after that, things started to click.
It kind of took him a while to get going this season, let's be real, but he just found his form here at Snapper Rocks. His point pedigree is unmatched, just the lines he was drawing, the silky smooth turns as well. Ethan Ewing, arguably the Gold Coast's favourite surfer down here.
Oh my goodness, he just went absolutely mad. He was here in January warming up, spent a lot of time when the bank came together early in the season just to get familiar and get ready for this contest. It paid off.
Yeah, it sure did on his road through to victory, defeating Cowley Vast in the quarterfinals. And then he just surfed his way through, just finding form. This forehand style, it's revered by his competitors and it's admired by fans around the world. It's powerful, it's smooth, it's fluid and super stylish. And he just surfed brilliantly today to take the win.
Yeah, had a huge clash with Liam O'Brien in the semi-finals. The result was decided on the sand. But in the final, he won the opening exchange. He found a solid backup. Connor O'Leary, he'd been on such a heater on his run through to the final clash. But Ethan, that forehand is just a thing of beauty. And today he claims his first win here on the Gold Coast, his 3rd championship tour win, and gets his world title campaign well and truly back on track.
Yeah, certainly does. And this is a guy who likes to do his talking on the board, out in the water. Quiet, unassuming, but he is in peak fitness at the moment. The DHD boards are looking incredible under his feet. And he actually acknowledged, this is it, my world title campaign is back on track. And look out for Ethan Ewing at the next event.
He's going to be deadly, that is for sure. Here is the final results. That big first exchange, 8.33 for Ewing. Connor O'Leary, 7.67, maintaining pace. But with the second scores, it was so close. Nothing separating the two competitors.
No, absolutely nothing. And Connor O'Leary really did set a new standard for goofy-footed surfing out Snapper Rocks. He was honestly unmatched for this entire event, all the way to a 2nd place. And really, he's got a title campaign started now as well.
The person that everyone's talking about, though, is the guy sitting on the #1 position at the GWM Aussie Treble rankings. sitting on top of the tour rankings, heading into the 4th stop. It's Gabriel Medina, the 3-time world champ, has just made a stunning return to the CT, looking really sharp at all 3 events.
Honestly, it's so cool to see Gabby in such good form. After he had that injury and had to take a year off, got a 3rd place over at Bells, then went to Margie's, got a 2nd place, and I thought he was going to be unbeatable there. So George Pitar getting his first win over there, and then coming here to the Goldy, and arguably some of the best surfing we've seen for the entire event between him and Felipe in a clash that'll go down in history.
It sure will. Even in a losing heat, Medina put up solid scores against Toledo, who was just rampaging on this afternoon. But yeah, Medina's established himself as the man to beat this season, and he's had some slow starts to his title campaigns in the past, but this year he's off to a flyer.
If there was any doubt that the Brazilian world champ wants another one, it's crystal clear with this style of surfing. He's happy, the boards are feeling good, and he's sort of surfing without pressure, but consistency through this Aussie leg has been the key to seeing Gabriel Medina up on top of the ratings.
Medina wins the GWM Aussie Treble, gets himself a Tank 300, and he is going to be holding on to that yellow jersey as we head for stop number 4.
Pretty interesting to look at that top 8 though, 5 of them being Brazilian. There's a couple of Aussies sneaking their way in, George Pitar and Ethan Ewing, and then the sole Italian there for Leonardo Fioravanti. But the Brazilian Storm, they're really kicking off 2026 in quite the way.
They are. They look absolutely deadly, and it's no different when we have a look at the women's tour, because Luana Silva, she is leaving Australia as the world #1 after showing incredible consistency and taking the GWM Aussie Treble.
Crazy what 12 months can do for someone surfing. Lulu was struggling to stay on tour. Now she's come back after an incredible year in 2025 and just gone guns blazing in 2026 with an incredible road, 5th at Bells, 2nd at Margie's, and a 2nd here on the Gold Coast. Lulu is gearing up for her best year of her career.
Yeah, we've seen her burst into tears in the past when she's lost out in finals, but not today, because today she goes, leaves the Australian leg of the tour in the #1 position. She got her dream of surfing against her childhood idol and her biggest inspiration in Stephanie Gilmore, and she put up a fantastic fight.
She sure did. Beautiful, fluid surfing on the forehand. And really, her improvement over the last 12 months has been absolutely remarkable. But like on the men's side of the tour, Luana went through the Aussie leg. She didn't get the win, but it was consistency that sees her at the top of the ratings. And I dare say she's just starting to consider herself as a world title hope. Well, she needs to be, because she's right up there and it's now hers to defend.
3 keeper results from the first 3 events of the season, and the keys to a brand new GWM Tank 300. Luana Silva on fire. She'll be wearing that yellow jersey when we get over there to New Zealand. But it is so interesting having a look at the top 8 here, because Jesse, the veterans, they're just sprinkled in there amongst the young guns.
Yeah, pretty impressive to see a couple of world champs in there. Molly Picklum, Katie Simmers, Steph Gilmore, but Luana Silva, really the dark horse in that top 8, and she's sitting at #1, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what she can do for the rest of the year.
Bring it on. Check out worldsurfleague.com for more highlights, athlete updates, and full heat replays from the Bonsai Gold Coast Pro presented by GWM. Next up on the WSL's Championship Tour, the Corona Zero New Zealand Pro starting May 15.